Wise Choices is very transferable across mental health issues. So it was initially designed to help people deal with emotional regulation due to borderline personality disorder, but we found great outcomes for eating disorders and alcohol and other drug treatment. So it's a very, very transferable program, and it's a really safe space for people. It took us a little bit of navigation and investigation to see how we can best support people with BPD. We found this beautiful program called Wise Choices that was already designed, manualized, and ready to run. And I think for us that was enough evidence base. We didn't have to reinvent the wheel. We got in contact with Spectrum in Victoria with a psychologist called Jane Morton, whose brainchild Wise Choices was. She was really excited and very supportive for us to roll this out. The barriers were, how are we going to roll it out? How are we going to do training? Who's going to do the training for us? Who's going to pay for the facilitators? All those questions around capacity and sustainability. So it took us a couple of months to sort that out. But the good part about Wise Choices is it's manualized. Anyone can pick it up, read it, and it's got a very much the trainer model. So if an experienced facilitator working with somebody who's new in facilitating this program worked really, really well. So we found Wise Choices easy enough to roll out with very little resources. And slowly it really took traction, and other PIR organizations like NEMI, Richmond Fellowship and Open Up Minds were really excited to also start using this program to support their PIR clients. So Wise Choices is based on acceptance and commitment therapy, and Jane actually came through and ran through every module with people at that training. From that particular training, Queensland Eating Disorders Services has taken that on in their day program and still to this day run Wise Choices at Queds for eating disorders. We also found then that private professionals came and trained, and we also got a larger pool of facilitators to help us run Wise Choices for PIR clients, particularly at that stage.
People appreciated the ability to just be able to actually have a class or a space to practice a mindfulness skill or practice and just be doing it, so you know what it feels like, and then you're able to go home and continue that. Allowing participants to be able to be part of this process as well, because I guess the idea is hopefully if people get through Series 1, Series 2, Series 3, it's a peer-led, so allowing people to be part of that, and really then it is a parallel process and it is very collaborative between current facilitators and participants who can then become facilitators and move it forward. So I think it would really inform the practice and allow the ACT principles to remain real, because it is about just being human, struggling, pain, things that everybody goes through, and then how participants can really emphasize the reality of that, and just keeping it real and genuine, maintaining that moving forward.
It changed my life. From the unhelpful choices that I made in my life to where I am now, I'm 100% a different person. So yeah, Wise Choices changed my life. Participating in the group changed my life. I've learned about me. Participating in Wise Choices, I've learned about myself. I've learned that I have values. I always was blown away. I never thought I had values until I started Wise Choices, and now I know what values I have. I know that I deserve better, and that I am a person as well. I'm a person who deserves better in life, and I can make the right choices. It really honestly has made such a life change to me. It saved my life. Wise choices saved my life.
It's kind of like a pavement laid down for them, for us, so we can walk towards our values, towards anything basically, but just have good focus, and even if we stumble and fall, we can get up and keep going. If something changes our view, we can still get up and keep going. It doesn't put us down, it actually helps us to get up and move on.
Before I came across ACT, which is what Wise Choices teaches, I hadn't really found any sort of effective form of therapy. I'd tried cognitive behavioural therapy, but that actually tend to sort of exacerbate the problems I was facing, rather than tended to, whenever I was coming across a big problem for myself, CBT just seemed to increase my rumination around it and my judgment of myself. But that's the great thing about ACT, is it allows you to work through issues you're facing in a more accepting way. It promotes acceptance of stuff that you're going through, so it doesn't incite judgment against yourself. It's all about accepting yourself, being comfortable with the grey, understanding things from an objective point of view. So something's neither good nor bad, it's just helpful or unhelpful, it just is. It's just a part of life. And that sort of objective point of view really allows you to adjust and approach life in a really positive and effective way, I find. And it's useful for pretty much anyone, I think. I've actually talked to people who don't have mental health issues about this stuff, and they've found it really useful and insightful. And and it has its roots in stuff, like Eastern meditation and stuff that goes back thousands of years and is well proven. And it's really cool to see that stuff is still useful today, but we've just adapted it for the modern society, environment, that sort of thing.